All of you. So good morning, basically. Why I'm just saying ki good morning to all of you. I'm not an assembly. Okay. So the last night we have created a sign up page, sign up authentication where we just store the data you in our database, but code will not working properly. So in this session, we just revise all the not from scratch from that part that will be the error. Okay. So I'm just wait a some few minutes and start the streaming on 10:20. Okay, so just waste a 4 minute and I just do it and check the stream health is good now because the last so yesterday I just go live and the streaming will be disconnected in a few minutes after when I go live. So today is actually Sunday, so I think the morning time the internet connection is better. I think मॉर्निंग मतलब ओके ओके रहता है 10 बजे है अभी frame rate is 50%, so maybe it should be voice quality is clear. Okay, let's check the voice quality and then we think not from scratch from that part that will be part that will be the error. Okay, so I'm just wait a some few minutes and start the streaming on 10:20. Okay, so just waste a 4 minute and I just do it and check the stream health is okay. So according to my side, everything is okay. Okay, so let's start the revision session. So first thing we just set the timer. I use the Pomodoro technique while studying. So I use the 90-minute Pomodoro technique to revise this concept. Okay, and and I think कि तुम्हें भी करना ही चाहिए because it's a good
Welcome,
practice. It's a good thing. Okay, so you can just track your progress, how much time you have studied. So I can just check the last. Okay, so last 2 days I have exams, so I don't have much time for revision. You can simply see the 90 minutes. But on the other days, it will be a 4 days, 5 days, 5 hours, 7 hours. Five, one day is not possible to study 7 days, 5 days. Okay, it's just like 5 hours. Okay, so let's go on our status plan thing and just merge stack revision. Na? It's basically a merge stack revision, and this timer will be started. Now just close this tab and open the before starting. Let's create a pool. Are you my subscribers or a new viewer? If you are my subscriber, just comment your name. Okay. Are you? So, okay. देखो देखो मुझे. Okay. So why whenever the school live, the internet connection getting slow? In evening, in evening there is so many chances because lot of users use the Wi-Fi, use the thing. But in morning, seriously, I think it's Sunday today, so that's why most of the people uses the internet connection. But why just I'm using the Wi-Fi still facing an internet connection issue? Okay, so 10:20 timing. Okay. So we just simply go on our notes and open the folder where we just revise the authentication. Okay, so right now we have backend folder, ultimate backend folder. We can run our project from that, but I think I have to just start from the folder, so we don't need to jump to one folder to another folder because it takes time. Okay. So now let's run the server, and the server is, you can see, then can refresh it, and you can see that error because server is not started. So we just run our server, just control shift and go on your backend folder and run the command npm run dev, and here our server started, and whenever just I refresh it, and you can see this is our home page that is running on port number 8. Okay, so our server is successfully created and run it on the port number 8000 as well. So now just go on Thunder client and go on our auth route, and here is our body and JSON, and let's send the request. And it said email already registered. Okay, it said ki email address already registered hai. So just like change it into a Stefan Selvo and send it. And they said again the email already registered. So it's not an email address error, it is an another error. Just check the root, controller create root, check the email. They said email is already exist. So just go on our cluster, check the data collections and delete all the data. Okay. And starting from and creating a project from new. Okay. Okay, cluster. चल जा यार. यार ये सूखी खांसी फिर जुकाम, सही में यार पता नहीं क्या ही होगा यार मेरा. 4 दिन से सूखी खांसी हो रखी है और अभी ये जुकाम को अभी अभी होना था. यार लॉगिन हो जल्दी यार, काम करे यार. 2 दिन से ना पढ़ाई हो रही है ना कुछ हो रहा है. Is anyone watching a streaming? Just I have a one question for you. If you are a completely beginner and if you want to improve your English communication, so what should be your first step and what is your cheat code and the hack code that you apply on you to improve your English faster? Because I am facing a lot of problem when speaking English. Okay, I have a good written practice. Can write the good English as well. But when it's come to speak, I'm lagging so much. And खास तौर पे on interview. Okay, so so our cluster is started, and just go on browser collection, and here we can see. Okay, we already convert our hash password, email is there. Okay, email ID already registered because ये क्यों होगा जब whenever a user find the email address. Okay, just clear all the data. Okay, from that, just click on delete. Delete for documents है ना. And just refresh it. So our data collection is completely blank. Okay, Now just share the documents. Now create an account and just go on localhost. Here is Stefan Salvatore's username is Stefan1, password is Stefan1234, email is Stefan, and should be it's just write in Stefan at the gmail.com and just click on send button. And let's wait what the responses we have received from a server. Why it's taking so long time? Let's cancel the request and send it again. And they said email address already registered. Is our account is successfully created? Let's refresh it. Should I think refresh this page? The entire page will load. Okay, so here we can see the database is successfully created actually, है ना? So here we can see that our database is successfully created. Okay, and here you can see first name, a last name, an email address, and password. And password is successfully decrypt, encrypt, whatever you have to say, by a decrypt. Okay, so now just understand how the tokenization and how to create the token whenever a user created account or login account. So let's understand that code. And I'm literally struggling while understanding that code. So you can see that here is our sign up page. We almost cover most of the important things. And now this is an let's token. And let's understand what this token is actually worth. Okay. The first thing what we should do, we just simply assign a blank variable, an empty variable with the name of token. We write whatever they have to both, and we just write the two methods by token. We just simply write that variable here and generate token and user.id. Okay, so we can generate our token with the help of that object user id. Okay, and you can see that underscore id. So we just simply write the user there. That will be our data that will stored in that variable. We simply just user.id and it generate the token. And this generate token should be a built-in function or we have just already assigned in the file. So we just go on token.js and let generate token. No, we have created a function and we export that function. Okay, and we imported in that auth controller. Okay, so understand it. What should we write in that code? So first thing, the I we just simply write the token and jwt dot sign. ठीक है, jwt dot sign. तो एक काम करते हैं, just copy this entire code and ask the chat GPT to explain this code in a structured manner. Okay, just go on chat GPT and just like because I literally confused while understanding this code. Explain me this code in simple and struct in structure manner. Okay. Mhm. Okay, let's break the code line by line. ठीक है? What this function does, it create a JWT JSON web token for user and return it. Okay, this token is usually used for authentication login system. ठीक है? हम JW token का यूज करते हैं basically authentication login system के लिए. Okay, and next is step by step explanation is just like function declaration. a const generate token async id. तो ये क्या करता है बेसिकली, जनरेट टोकन फंक्शन नेम, इट इज एन फंक्शन नेम, एंड async allow asynchronous operation. Async operation, the operation that will take time. Okay, simple. So we just simply write the async and id, user id, user unique id, mostly user id from database. Okay, so क्या हुआ इसमें, जैसे कि it is a function and this id, and we just pass the id in that particular function. Okay, and auth controller क्या करता है, they just simply pass the user dot id. So that's mean कि हमने कि जो भी इसके अंदर आईडी फंक्शन, जो भी इसके अंदर फंक्शन के अंदर आईडी आती है, दे जस्ट सिंपली पास इन दैट generate function with the help of user.id, and it will be goes to in that token. And what will we do, the variable which just simply write the jwt.sign, and sign I think is the method to assign a token. Okay, let's create the token. Let's token jwt.sign id and process event.jwt secret and expire. This line does three important things. First is id. अरे यार, sorry. Is you are facing any buffering issue? If yes, just comment down, because I think YouTube give me a notification of that you have facing internet connection. A, a payload. What is ID? Data is stored inside the token. Okay, data is stored inside the token. Here user ID is stored. Example ID will be 1234. So it will be stored in token. Second is secret key. B क्या है हमारी secret key, जो कि that will be come from our env file, and secret key used to secure the token. Okay, कि whenever user just sign up, and that token will be created and stored in a env file, so no one, so the unauthorized user can't access it. Okay, simple. Secret key and the secure the token stored in env file. Example, that is my super key. And next is expiry in. ठीक है, token will be valid for 7 days. After 7 days token expire, user must log in again, return this token. That's it. ठीक है, sends the generate JWT back. This token is usually sent to front-end cookies and authorization header. Okay, so in this we have passed this token to the in the cookies. Okay, real life example, when a user login, user enter password email created and sent to the front end store token for future request. Okay, simple. In one line is exampleation, this function create a secure login token for a user that expire in 7 days. Okay, तो अपने को आ गया समझ में। तो क्या करना चाहिए, सो वी अंडरस्टैंड इट, मेरे को समझ आ गया। अब मैं तुम्हें थोड़ा बता देता हूँ, एंड आई थिंक थोड़ा थोड़ा इस इन दिस कोड पर्टिकुलरली हो क्या रहा है, वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ फंक्शन जनरेट टोकन, and we have passed the id in that function. Okay, and its id is come from that. Okay, that will be generated by a mongoose. Okay, and this code is not following in structure, it will be created by randomly and strange unique code by mongoose. Okay, and when they just created, we have just created a let token variable, and that will jw.sign. ठीक है, it is a built-in function that provided by jwt to just sign a token number. ठीक है, id, here is our id process.env. We just simply have go to jwt secret key and check is what should we have write it. No problem. We just simply go on our env.find. Okay. Okay. So here we just write the thing. So this is a basic function. Okay, they're just used to generate a token and return token. इसी में जनरेट कर देंगे फंक्शन के अंदर. So कंट्रोलर पे जाते हैं and just समझते हैं इस कोड को. देखो, it's not a rocket science. ठीक है. Our user is successfully created. Now just go on. Uh, we just assign a variable left token. Okay, and we just write the try catch. क्या करेंगे हम? Token. We have just created a token variable and just import the generate token function from that token.js file. And here we can see our generate token file is successfully imported from a token.js. ठीक है. And we just generate token and pass the id, and we have to pass the id. We just simply write the user, not use user. Okay, I would be ready in few minutes. भाई साहब इतना ज़्यादा जो काम हो रहा है ना सही में, फिर भी I just go live because ये चीज़ तो होती रहेगी. यूजर, ठीक है. Our user is successfully created in that variable, and we just, and it is an object, and whenever we just user dot click and id. So with the help of this code, we don't need to write dot because it is a function. Okay, it's not a method. So just like and let, why we need to let, we just simply write the send the responses. No, we just simply write the error and console dot log error. So our token is successfully been binded in that auth controller on create account. But we have to understand the one things again, how we just pass that token into a cookies, because token is created by the creating a token is easy. But if you can't pass the token in the cookies, whenever a user registered, how where the token will be stored? It need an sports. It need an and token is not stored in a database. Okay, it will be stored in our browser cookies. So whenever users sign up, we have to write a function that the token will be generated automatically. It will be stored in the cookies, and then we have performed the operation on that code. So let's see. So first thing we have to understand this entire code. Okay, rest dot cookies. I write it and just like this is used to create a security purpose. Okay, so I just try. First thing I just understanding, and then I just go to the chat GPT, because if you just simply copy and paste, we don't use. I don't use my mind and my knowledge to actually check myself how the actually things I know. Okay. So HTTP only. ठीक है. JavaScript cannot access the cookie protects from XSS attack. Hackers can be steal token using document.cookies. So क्या होता है, जो कुकीज होती है वो जावास्क्रिप्ट के अंदर स्टोर होती है. ठीक है. और अगर वो HTTP के अंदर है तो जो हैकर या अनऑथराइज कोई भी पर्सन है वो सिंपली एक्सेस कर सकता है कुकीज को, जो कि हमारे यूजर्स के लिए अच्छा नहीं है. ठीक है. इट इज एन अनसिक्योर सिस्टम. सो HTTP ओनली को ट्रू कर देता है, जिससे कि जो HTTP है वो सिक्योरिटी में चले जाता है और कोई भी बंदा डायरेक्टली एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता हमारी टोकन को, हमारी कुकीज के वैल्यूज को जो भी पास हुई है उसके अंदर. ठीक है. तो वो पास नहीं कर सकता। So we use the HTTP only. Okay, but whenever you are just creating a token, this is a basic thing that you have to always write it. ठीक है? Whenever I just watch the lecture, they just said कि ये is the important part. You have to use it is the most important. Okay. And what is secure? Secure is process.env.node environment. ठीक है? And what is a node environment is equal to my production. That's mean कि cookies तभी pass होगी whenever our HTTP server is secure. If it's not secure, we don't pass the secure we don't pass the cookies into a we don't pass the cookies. That's it. Just like to समझो कि in that simply browser we just click on search, just simply go on chat gpt ना, and here you can simply see https. ठीक है? What is that? Hyper text transfer hypertext transfer protocol security. So that's mean this server is secure. So if we have write anything and if we have to pass, we can simply pass the token in that cookies. We just don't need to pass the token. There is so many things I don't know the so much, but thing is simply we just simply pass the cookies whenever a server is secure. Okay, actually our HTTP server is secure. So we just use the deployment production. Okay. Secure process.env.node. ठीक है? तो सबसे पहले we have just go and check the env file and understand its development. Okay. Whenever it's development phase, the default value will be a development. Okay. The default value is not environment is development. Okay. And when they just on production पे हो, ठीक है? जब भी cookies का हम यूज करेंगे ना, जब भी response dot cookies वो तभी पास होगा जब हम node environment को production पे कर देंगे. Okay. So cookies only sent over HTTP is enabled automatically in production. Okay. Product whenever it's on production, तभी हमारा data जाएगा. Otherwise, it will not cost anywhere. Okay. Now the next is same site. Same site string means prevent cookies from being sent to another website. Protects from CSRF attack. ठीक है? तो ये CSRF अटैक होता क्या? जस्ट ये भी समझते हैं थोड़ा. ठीक है? What is CSRF attack on websites? CSRF is an attack where a user is tricked into performing unwanted action on a website where they are attack trigger request. Okay. So how CA attack trigger request. Okay. So how CSRF attack working? But drop frame rate still better. So why did you just give me an error? The internet connection is disconnected. Bro, are you struggling to learning authentication as well? If yes, just comment down, bro. Okay. I'm not a creator, I'm a student like you. So I just, and I think, and I surely the most of the viewers are a student as well, not a teacher. So just ask the question that you have in your mind while you are learning new things and new whatever is this. Okay. And the secure production.env.node environment. And here is same strict. Prevent cookies from being sent to other websites. Protect from CSR. ठीक है? So same site is simple. That's what the simple meaning of same site is कि अगर यूजर दूसरी साइट पे जाता है और टोकन के लिए रिक्वेस्ट करता है, डोंट शेयर इट. है ना? सिंपल तो यही है मतलब. Simple meaning. Just check the simple meaning. Okay. CSRF is an attack where an attacker focus a logged in user to execute unwanted action, ठीक है, on a trusted website without their consent. Without their consent मतलब existing user ना another user की request भेजने की try करता है, तो same site को strict कर दो so a user cannot access another user RF attack. Okay, so if you are watching streaming, just comment down what is the full form of CSRF attack. Okay. Bro, yeah, I have learning. I know NoSQL before. I use the MongoDB to creating a database. I learning MySQL as well, SQL, but right now I'm just working on a NoSQL. Okay, because if you have to store the data in a bulky, in an unstructured manner, a lot of the data, so it is always best thing you can go on with NoSQL because you can't, if you have a more data, you can't just store data in the every tabular format. So you just simply use the JSON like format to store the data. Okay. So right now I'm in for using this, I using a NoSQL data, a Mongoose, a MongoDB database. Okay. Okay. And max age is nothing. Max age is just to assign the timer where you just want a cookies will be expired, a token will be expired. So right now we just simply copy this code and ask the GPT to explain me this code in structured manner. Okay. We don't need to write to explain it because we already write it on upper prompt, so it will be understand it. Okay, very important. Secure. Let's explain it clear. Okay. The browser as a secure cookies. Okay. So it's just like कि जो भी हमारे token generate होगा, it will be stored in a browser secure cookies. Okay, and used manually for login system. Okay, we already studied. Token is just like cookies name, and token value is JWT token. Okay, token का मतलब क्या है? Cookie का name है. Cookie का name just like कि we write the token. That is our cookie name. Okay, we just the value we have assigned a blank, that is a token, that is a cookie value, and the token value that will be stored in that, it will be a cookie name. ठीक है? Cookie name and cookie value just like every container has, just like you have created a variable where a, and where a has a 10 value, the 10 will be a token value and where a is your cookie name. That's it. ठीक है? And cookie security option. So basically save this JW token in the browser securely. So in that code, what you do, you just simply store your JWT token in browser securely. And whenever this user sign up, it will be stored in browser cookies. And whenever a user want, they can simply access it from the browser. Okay. And now the next is HTTP2. HTTP2, this is mean JavaScript cannot access this cookie. ठीक है, बेसिकली समझ लो कि एचटीटीपी ओनली का हम तब यूज करते हैं जब हम चाहते हैं कि जावास्क्रिप्ट कुकीज को एक्सेस ना कर पाए, बिकॉज जावास्क्रिप्ट code, anyone can access the JavaScript code with the help of inspect. Okay, so we use the JavaScript, so we use the HTTP only too, so no one can access the JavaScript cookies. Okay, that's it. And the next is dot cookies. So it's simply मतलब पता है क्या है, जैसे मान के चलो, so you can see that it will pass you that cookies. And I don't sure it is an correct or wrong. But this is the thing is you can simply see the cookies will show in that code. It will be secure, so why should it just show to me? I think I jumped to the most advanced concept. By the way, just like this this code is basically prevent your token value from the unauthorized user. Okay, so we just simply used it. And secure is just like your cookies will pass to the your token will pass to the cookies when your when your website is on production. Okay, not okay. But its cookies is sent only on our HTTP server. In development work with HTTP, in production HTTP security only. ठीक है. So whenever जब production में जाएगा तो हमारा जो HTTP है that will be converted into a HTTPS. ठीक है. Simple. Token travel only on secure HTTP connection. तो सिंपल सी चीज क्या है कि जो हमारी टोकन है वो तभी स्टोर होंगे if our server is secure. If it's not, the token will be not travel into the cookies. Okay, I think you understand it. If yes, just thumbs up and write down something, something. Cookies will not be sent to over the website. Only send when requests come from the same site. Okay. It protects against your okay. So I think we have should understand almost everything, no? We just understand the secure you got the same stick and age stick. Okay. So let's write down the code. Okay. Someone notices just you just simply copy and paste the code, but in another manner. So just we have already assigned the variable. We just need to write an HTTP only, no? रिस्पॉन्स के अंदर कुकी पास करेंगे, ठीक है. हम क्या करेंगे रिस्पॉन्स के अंदर वी हैव रिस्पॉन्स डॉट कुकीज. कुकीज के अंदर हम क्या पास करेंगे. सबसे पहले हम पास करेंगे. So first we have to pass our token. So we just write the token there, and here it's a token value, the cookies value. ठीक है. We just write the token there. Okay, it's taken three argument, no? The first is token, second is that, and a third will be a. So now the HTTP only it will be a true, and we use the same strict, same site strict. And secure को हम क्या कर देंगे secure should be a process. We use the process dot env to just simply use the env file data. Okay, so we just simply write the env dot and node environment है ना. Node environment should be a production. ठीक है. that the, the cookies will only pass when the cookies is only pass when the website is on production phase. Okay, if it's not, if it's in a development phase, the cookies will not pass to the token will not pass to the cookies. Okay, that's it. It will not travel anymore. The production, so we just write the wrong spelling, just PRODUC. We just simply write the production. Okay, and the next is max age. The max age is just like we have declared the age. So just like we क्या करेंगे? If you have to just, if you just only want your user can access only 10 days. After the 10 days, he need to, she, whatever is just, she need to log in again with your details. So you just simply write the age. So we just write the 10 days, okay, into 10 days के अंदर into में 24 hours, okay, into 60 minute, into 60 seconds, into 1,000, okay, and 1,000 it is in millisecond, okay, and if you just multiply this, it will be equal to a 10 days. So just simply the copy and ask the chat GPT, is this is equal to 10 days? Is this is equal to 10 days? Yes, okay. So this code is 100% correct, okay. Yes. So now in this code we just simply assign our cookies. The token will simply send to the cookies, okay. And let's check, is anything happen? Is anything pending? Okay. Bro, if you are just watching the streaming, I just want to a caution. Hello, hi buddy. Bro, तुमने वो एआई जो अभी नया आया है, जस्ट लाइक क्या मॉडल था उसका? एथरोपिक का, जो कि क्लाउड का है. If you just try that AI model, because it's just still launch, and I just thinking, and not thinking, just like I see that they created a their own compiler, and it should be, and it is a very difficult task as a coder, as a computer science student. So should you have to know about this? If yes, just comment down. Anthropic new model, and I just posted a hello bro, hello bro, hello bro, Abhay, hello bro, hello. So I just like ki, do you know about what is Anthropic new model? Sandeep Kumar, thanks bro, thanks. Thanks for the subscription. I just try to create it a big family where I just help, where we just help each others, okay, to grow in our career. And I just like ki, and एंथ्रोपिक के बारे में तुम्हें पता है ब्रो? एंथ्रोपिक मोल्ट बोल्ट, हाँ मोल्ट बोल्ट भी इट्स अ टूल. आई हैव, मैंने इसके बारे में काफी सुना. मोल्ट बोल्ट क्या है? इट्स एन टूल टू जस्ट, इट्स यूज फॉर अ बोट open source personal AI assistant mode. What is an open source personal assistant device allowing enhancing okay. ये जस्ट उसकी तरह है क्या? वो क्लोबोट आया था जो कि बात कर रहे थे कि they just created their own chat GPT. I want to learn HTML. I am a completely beginner. Bro, if you are a completely beginner and you want to learn HTML from scratch, okay, if you learn the HTML from the scratch, because देखो bro, if you are going to the tech companies, it's very, I not suggest you to jump into a web development saturated. A competition level it's at peak. And if you are just learning in HTML, because not I just not say ki you are only HTML learning, you just starting from HTML and you have to go from heavy programming, everything. But just thing need to remember, the AI will taking job literally taking, ठीक है, जॉब ले रहा है. So if you have to just like if you are a completely beginner and you want to learn HTML, I will suggest you just go on this YouTube channel. Just I'm here. I already I already learned HTML in the 2 years ago. It's not a very big thing. I will suggest you a virtual code. ठीक है? It is a YouTube channel. If you are happy, okay. And what I'm saying is, if you are happy, if you are comfortable with Hindi completely, ठीक है? If you are comfortable with simply Hindi, so they will teach you a completely web development from scratch like a baby. Okay, maybe like कि भाई बहुत अच्छे से इसमें समझा रखा है. अभी just like simply you go to the virtual code, ठीक है? It is a YouTube channel. You can simply see the icon, and whenever you just click on view full course, you can see that will created an entire web development course. ठीक है? It's Sandeep Kumar. Can you simply no bro? I'm currently now I'm in college. Okay, right now I am sixth semester. Okay, Sandeep Kumar, you will see that na. This is an playlist. Just blindly copy this playlist for at least 3 months. Okay, you can just simply cover this all. It's not 3 months. You take 3 to 6 months. It's depend on your intensity, how much time you have given. But I just give you. I just spend only 40 minutes and 50 minutes. Just watch 1 hour lecture, pause the video, and revise all the concept. Okay, and I use this method to just revise as well. Okay, and go live and teach myself using this video. If you are a completely beginner, I just want you just go live and teach what you have studied in the lecture, in that particular lecture, so you can understand it. Because if you can't teach and explain your concept to another, that's mean you don't learning anything. Learning anything is just like if you explain what you have learned in a simple term, that means you will understand it. Are you understanding what I'm try to saying to you and मतलब मैं कहना क्या चाहता हूँ तुम्हें? Okay. Okay, you are a final year student, Abhay, and you are a BTech student, है ना? You are a BTech or a BCA or BSc. Coding, Abhay, are you a BCA student or a BTech or a BSc? Just like I want so excited कि यार सिर्फ BCA वाले स्ट्रगलिंग कर रहे हैं या फिर BTech वाले भी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं to get a tech job. Because it is a very thing कि यार if you just go to the applying for any job, if there are two candidates, BCA student and second is BTech. BTech student is always taking as a preference first. Okay, this taking मतलब first preference is just like कि प्रायोरिटी किसको मिलती है सबसे ज्यादा. तुम्हें अगर तुम बीटेक स्टूडेंट हो तो यार तुम्हें प्रायोरिटी ज्यादा मिलती है. जैसे कि मैंने देखा है, मैंने जस्ट गो टू एंड अप्लाइंग फॉर जॉब्स एंड इंटर्नशिप एंड गो ऑन इंटरव्यू एज वेल. बीटेक सीएससी ब्रो, यू आर अ बीटेक सीएससी जस्ट लाइक यू. समझ गया मैं. ब्रो यू आर बीटेक सीएससी. सो यू आर व्हाट योर मतलब राइट नाउ कि तुम बीटेक स्टूडेंट हो. सो यू आर गोइंग टू विद डीएसए और डेवलपमेंट और एआई मशीन लर्निंग. मतलब बेसिकली किस किस डोमेन में हो तुम अभी, लर्निंग किस में कर रहे हो? अगर तुम इफ यू आर फाइनल ईयर, सो कैन आई मेक श्योर कि तुम भी डेवलपमेंट कर ही रहोगे. ओ ब्रो संदीप कुमार, यू आर अ बीसीए स्टूडेंट. ब्रो यू आर फ्रॉम माय my side because I'm also BCA student in a fifth sem. Okay, if you're a BCA student and you are struggling to anything, just comment down. I can try help too. If you are a junior, I can help you. If you are a senior, I can ask help for you. चलो यार, जस्ट बैक टू द स्ट्रीमिंग, ठीक है। इफ यू आर एनी पर्सन हु जस्ट वॉच द लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग एंड स्ट्रगलिंग टू लर्निंग अ वेब डेवलपमेंट, इट इज एन बेस्ट थिंग। एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज they also teach each they also teach a Next.js, and it is an latest Next.js course, because अभी शायद 2 से 3 महीने हुए हैं, and I'm on this part, and it will be completed in within 2 and 3 days, ठीक है। when it's 2 or 3 days is completed, I just jump to the project, and then I learning a Next.js, because Next.js is literally booming, ठीक है। whenever you just go on chat gpt and any AI tools, and you just ask it to just building a project, they will mostly created a project using Next.js, using a TypeScript. So I think this is a basic foundation. If you direct jump on Next.js, it is very difficult to understand it, how the actually things is work in web development. So first thing, I learned the Merge stack, and then I created 2 to 3 projects. Then I jump to the Next.js. Okay, and just like कि यार मैं तुम्हें सही बताऊँ तो अभी मैं लर्न तो कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन एआई टूल जिस हिसाब से मार्केट में नए नए आते हैं, आई जस्ट फील कि मैं सही करियर पे हूँ कि नहीं हूँ। बिकॉज यार, अभी जो एथरोपिक का नया वर्जन आया, वो कंप्लीटली स्क्रैच से, मतलब प्लानिंग के साथ प्रोजेक्ट बना दे रहा है, बगिंग तक फिक्स कर दे रहा है, उसको डॉक्यूमेंटेशन तक कर दे रहा है, एंड साथ ही के साथ उसको क्या कर रहा है, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के साथ जीरा टूल तक पे भी कर दे रहा है भाई, जीरा टूल पे भी। एंड इट्स नॉट इजी, मतलब आसान नहीं है ना यार ये चीजें। एज अ ह्यूमन ब्रेन भी अगर तुम लगाओगे इसको तो टाइम लगता है। ओके, डूइंग डीएसए प्लस डेटा साइंस, इट इज अ गुड ब्रो। बहुत सही कर रहे हो, डेटा साइंस का करियर बहुत बूम है। मैथ अच्छी है तुम्हारी तो कर जाओगे, बहुत अच्छा कर जाओगे। मेरी मैथ खराब है तो मैंने डेवलपमेंट चुनी, बाकी अब मैथ पे भी काम कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि इट्स नॉट एन ऑप्शन। ओके, ऑप्शन नहीं है, मतलब कि अगर तुम्हारी मैथ अच्छी नहीं है एंड यू गो टू नो कंप्यूटर साइंस, सो आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग, मतलब आई स्टडीड वन हार डेली टू जस्ट improve my mathematics skill, because I am a BC student, I don't need heavy maths to learn. But if you are going to a DSA, in heavy DSA you need to think and build a logic, and if your math is weak, you struggle, you struggle, that's it। स्ट्रगलिंग, हर चीज करोगे, स्ट्रगल्ड आज भी करोगे, कल भी करोगे, बीता हुआ जो कल था उसमें तो कर ही देते है ना। ओके, सो इट्स सक्सेसफुली क्रिएटेड, नाउ जस्ट स्टोर द डेटा इनटू अ टोकनाइजेशन, ठीक है। सो जस्ट वी सिंपली राइट द रिस्पॉन्स डॉट, ठीक है। सो जब भी यूजर क्रिएट हो जाएगा ना, तो हम उसको रिस्पॉन्स सेंड कर देंगे। सो वी जस्ट check is our user is successfully created or not. So just we write the return response dot status and write the 201, ठीक है, and just like a JSON dot JSON, and pass the user. That's it. Okay, and pass the message as well, and the message is should be a user created created successfully. Okay, so now it's time to run the code, because our code is successfully created for the sign up page with, if a user is already registered, they still give, if user don't enter all the details, it will give you an alert. If email is already registered, they will send a message, मतलब they just like response you on the basis of कि तुमने क्या write किया। Okay, and hash password is just basically convert your password into an hash, and token is just simply a variable that will be stored your token value, and this token variable is just simply stored your token value, ठीक है। This will be a blank value, this is your cookies name, and that is your token value। Okay, and token value will already send to the cookies when the server is secure, okay, when it's on a production। Okay, and that is the max, is the basic thing, ठीक है। And whenever just user created, they just simply send the return response and user dot created. एंड उसके साथ हम उसके अंदर यूजर पास भी तो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आई थिंक वी शुड नीड टू डू इन अनदर वे, क्योंकि पासवर्ड जो होगा ना फिर वो भी वैसे ही भेज देगा हैश के अंदर। तो लेट्स लिख देते हैं नेम एंड नॉट अ नेम, इट्स जस्ट लाइक अ फर्स्ट नेम, लास्ट नेम एंड यूजर नेम। ओके, क्योंकि पासवर्ड भी सेंड कर देगा व्हेनेवर वी जस्ट क्रिएट एन अकाउंट, वी डोंट नीड द पासवर्ड that will be shown on first page. Okay, username, password, and we should write the Gmail as well. Okay, we don't need to write a password, or we should write it. We don't need, है ना? Okay. So our sign up page is successfully created, and now let's check all the code from one by one. Okay. So just go on our host routing. So let's click create an account. Okay, and we don't write the first name. Okay, we just simply remove the first name, and now just click on send request, and here you can see please enter all the details, and it will be because in that code we have already write down if first name is not written, just simply send the please, not first name, just all the, if they don't enter all the details, just simply said please enter all the details. Okay, so now just enter all the details and now send it, and here you can see email already registered, because here you can see that we have already entered the stephen@gmail.com. Okay, so email address is already registered. So now let's create a new account. Mm. Naman one. Okay, username why Naman, just like write the codexnam. Okay, and password should be our Naman 1234. Okay, and email address Naman. Okay, आई जस्ट वांट कि यार जब भी क्रिएट हो ना तो एक पॉपअप भी आए कि यूजर अकाउंट क्रिएटेड सक्सेसफुली, एंड इसका कोड आई थिंक यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ था बट आई डोंट राइट इट। सो वो कहाँ लिखना है जस्ट थोड़ा पढ़ लेता हूँ। ओके, so let's send, okay, so let's say our user created successfully, first name is that. Okay, and here you can see our password is look like a 2b, just like it's not make sense because this password is encrypted. Okay, and we just refresh it, and here we can see our data is also stored in the database. Okay, so here we can see that our first name and second name, and let's check is our authentication code, it's not our token is generated or not. So we just simply go on response and click on cookies, and here we can see our token will be undefined. And why it's given undefined, I think we need to check the code again. Okay, so यही होता है कि मतलब कुछ ना कुछ रह कोटेशन वगैरह रखा, ओके। Why this code given error? कुकीज तो जनरेट ही नहीं हुई, जिस सेट की कुकीज नहीं बनी। कुकीज अनडिफाइंड क्यों आ रही है? सेंड इट अगेन करता हूँ। ईमेल एड्रेस, ईमेल ऑर्डर रजिस्टर है ना? तो हमारी कुकीज नहीं बनी है ना? कुकीज आ रही है अनडिफाइंड। अनडिफाइंड क्यों आ रही है? इसमें कुछ ना कुछ तो वैल्यू आनी चाहिए थी। सो लेट्स गो ऑन कोड and just copy the entire code. Okay, not the entire code, matlab just copy the create root page and go to chat gpt and ask it what is an error. If you are just watching the streaming, just I want you to just simply you just check the code. Did you understand why it's give, why the cookies is not generated if I doing all the things correctly, but still it's give me an error? Okay, so it's time to ask the chat gpt why the cookies is not, why the cookie is not generated in this code. Please explain me this particular code and find and help me to find the error. 21 votes, okay. Main problem is here, await wrong. Awaited. Okay, so copy this code and replace with that. No, no, why I just replace this code? Because it's just give me an one error and I just replace the entire code. It's not make sense. Validation correct है हमारी, ठीक है? Return has password है ना? बाय द वे कोड पूरा चेंज तो नहीं है, थोड़ा बहुत ही है, थोड़ा समझ लेंगे क्योंकि दे जस्ट गिव मी अ कमेंट एज वेल। ओके, बाकी बाकी पूरा कंप्लीट कोड तो हमने खुद ही लिखा है ना। ओके, so let's see. Our validation is correct, existing user is correct, has password is simply corrected, successfully. Created user is because we don't use the await because it will take time to generate the token. Okay, so we just simply write a generate token. So for this, a token will be generated, but before it store the data, the code will be running. So we just await and set cookies fix. So what should be a what it fix? Password is equal to my hash password. Okay. Okay, now let's run the code and check it again. Okay, it's just said it write the responses correctly, है ना? Because right now they know कि if email address already exists, you need to write a 409 conflict. ठीक है? So when we just created a production level project, then we understand what the exactly meaning of that 401, 402, 405, everything. Okay, 405, everything. Okay, so now let's. Okay, so it said our email address is already registered. So now let's create another user with the name of code root xnum and username of codexnum double n, ठीक है, and password will be a codexnum 1234 and password will be setted. You just need to write the codex codexnum@gmail.com and just click on send button, and here you can see a user created successfully, and here you can see we have also created one cookies, and in header we just create a set cookies, and you can see our token is successfully created and generated. So that's mean we have successfully built our first sign up route with authentication that generate token, that store the token value in keys as well, store the data in Mongoose, and whenever we just need user whenever the user just like कि 10 दिन से उसको ज़्यादा हो जाए तो हमारी जो कुकीज़ है वो अपने टाइम पे अपने बाद एक्सपायर भी हो जाएगी, सो यूज़र को दोबारा से लॉगिन भी करना पड़ेगा. So actually we have building a bad thing. We are building a bad thing. Okay. It is an actually bad thing because we have just created now. Okay. So our first page is successfully created, and now we just in the next, I think how much the time is? Okay. The time will be at 11:26. ठीक है? I almost spent more than 1.10 hours. 1.10 hours क्या होता है? Just like कि 1 घंटा 10 मिनट हमें हो चुका है. Okay. And we still doing coding है ना? So अभी मैंने कुछ नाश्ता नहीं किया. So I think I need to go take some breakfast and sit back because today I'm just completely free now because I don't go to anywhere. I don't go to the gym and anything because I'm a single. So just like okay. So we have start our next streaming soon with when around 1 p.m. So just take care and bye bye. And I just like key we have successfully created our sign up page and create account route. Okay. But in the next streaming we have just creating how to we build a login route whenever a user login that will also created a sign up page. No, just like you whenever a user login it will also generate a token and that should be stored in a cookie. But if